What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone had a great weekend. I had a pretty long one. First weekend of youth football, about 40 card sales, lots of comments and questions in the videos. Today, we're going to try to go through as much as possible. We're going to go rapid fire. We got about 5 or 6 of them while we pack a ton of orders. So let's just get right into everything, and I'll talk to you guys in a second. All right, guys. So decent weekend in sales. Not a great weekend, but not a bad weekend. We got some sales going on. We got 17 cards right here we're going to ship out in this video today. On top of that, I've got another 20 right here on another pick list to send out. But we're going to try and keep it short for you, and I got only 17 right here. We got a lot of questions and comments over the last week, so I'm going to try and get through as many as possible today, try to speed up my responses, and hopefully answer more questions. So I had to sit down for this one because MJ, man, he left a lot to talk about. He wanted to talk about eBay standard envelope. He's been having a lot of issues with cards not showing up, cards not being scanned. He feels bad for the buyers because they're not seeing their card in shipment on their way to them when they look. All valid complaints with eBay standard envelope. We all know about those issues. But the problem he's having recently is a lot of them aren't showing up. He's refunding customers, and then the cards show up. And he knows they do because people leave feedback about it, so he feels like he's out the money. We're going to talk about that, and MJ, I'm going to give you a way to solve that. So MJ, what do I do with the post office? Have I experienced any upticks? I have not actually experienced any upticks in packages not arriving. I have seen some things on Facebook groups and on YouTube as well about more eBay standard envelope cards not arriving, but I haven't heard many issues. I actually got one last night. Weird thing is that has not scanned at all yet, but that's the only one I've had in the last couple of weeks. I think over the last 3 months, I've only had maybe 2 or 3. So no, unfortunately, I have not had any more issues. There's good people leaving comments even when it happens. You know, I've noticed that as well. I've had people leave comments because they know it's not my fault that it didn't arrive. They get their refund, and then they leave that positive comment. Now, I will say, you're not completely out of luck with eBay standard envelope. You're not losing money. When you refund, yeah, you're going to be out the shipping and the 30-cent value fee. eBay standard envelope has insurance, so you can go and fill out a claim and get the price back and get the $1.50. If it's a $1.50 card, if it's a $3 card, you get the $3 back. Whatever the cost is that you sold it for, you would get that money back. I'm going to have that link in the description for you to the eBay standard envelope insurance claim, and hopefully that'll help you recoup some of the money you may have lost refunding customers. Definitely lessens the blow. I don't even second guess it. If somebody says they didn't get the card, I just say, here, file a claim, here's the refund, and I submit my insurance claim. Now, Larry, he brings up something we've talked about many times before, and that is how I store my 15,000 plus eBay listings, which is now closing in on 17,000. How do I keep it all organized? All right, Larry must be a new guy to the channel, because how do I keep my inventory optimized and organized? That's something we've covered quite a bit here. Larry, in the comments below, I am going to link a video that I showed how I organize and store my 15,000 plus eBay store. Almost 17,000 now, guys. And how quickly I can pick cards from it. So that'll be pinned in the comments below. But basically, I have a box system. Currently, I have 10 boxes of cards, and they all have tabs A, B, C, D, and every tab has about 100 or so cards, and that's what the SKU will say. Box 10, tab A. And that's how I know where to go look for that card. But that's long story short version of how I do the inventory. But yeah, go to the comments below, Larry, and anybody else who may not have seen that video, go to the comments below and you can see how I store my inventory. It's a good video, and I know a lot of people have said it's given them some good ideas on how to store their inventory. So hopefully that will help you guys. Boris from Boris and Natasha's Bag. Been a while since we've heard from him. He talks about the comment we had about 2 stores a few episodes ago. He says one of the benefits to having 2 stores is actually if you get suspended on eBay for something like a Vero violation, you're able to still keep making money. Now, that's a good point. Very good point. Let's talk about that one. So a few videos ago, we talked about the potential of having 2 stores. Should I have a store for my cards and everything else? To me, I thought it wasn't really worth it. Some people do think it's worth it. Boris brought up a good point, though. If you get suspended on one account, you've got the other account. If you've got one of those lifetime suspensions, they'll cut that down. But say you have a Vero violation, like you said, you still have that other store going, and you could still get some income coming in, which that's not a bad idea, especially with everything sellers on eBay. You never know when that Vero is going to strike. It can be completely random and pop up on something you've sold a million times before. You just never know. Personally, I would still stick with the one store, but it's not a bad idea. Keep that income stream flowing, right? Boosh is loose. He's a funny guy, obviously an international guy. He wants to know, what is multi? He's never heard the word multi before. It's always multi. And what are ounces? How much does an ounce weigh? 5 to 8 ounces. How much is that in grams? Boosh is on the loose, dude. You're a funny guy. I could tell your international price somewhere, let's see, measure in grams, probably England, Australia, somewhere out there. I don't know. But I could tell you're overseas because the other day, one of my videos got a ton of views overnight. And usually when that's the case, I know it got pushed a little bit internationally. Just because here in America at 3 a.m. we're sleeping. Well, most people are. But it's very rare for me to get over 100 views in an hour at 3 a.m. Mul-tie, T-I-E-T-Y, versus multi. T-E-E, like golf tee. He's never heard of multi before. Only multi. That's the difference between Americans and, the English thing of the word. Here we kind of say more multi, and at the same time too, the little bit of a Philly accent comes out as well and probably makes it sound a little more pronounced. But that is pretty funny. And he also asks, how much is 5 to 8 ounces? We always measure in grams. Good question. Let's see, 5 ounces into grams. Let's see what Google says. 5 ounces is 141 point whatever grams. Hope that helps you. But that's a good one. It's good to see some international people starting to come in the channel and eBay starting to push that to them. I appreciate you guys being here. Love to know what the card market out in your guys' area is like. Is it as popular as it is here in the States? What type of sports do most of the selling over there? Is it mainly soccer? I'm not sure. I don't watch many international card sellers. Samuel J is back again. He brings up something we have never talked about on this channel before that I know of, and that is taxes. Now guys, I'm no tax professional. I do my own using TurboTax, but Samuel asks, how do I factor in my sales for taxes? And when it comes to buys, how do I factor in when I'm keeping some of the cards from my personal collection, not just for sale? Samuel J has asked a lot of questions over the time, and I truly appreciate you being here and giving all that support. He says, how do you factor in those sales for taxes? Oh, taxes, something that always bothers people. When it comes to buying, I don't look at the per card basis. It just doesn't make sense. I do a cash system, money in, money out. So if I buy $50 worth of cards, on my ledger, it goes in $50 purchase. When I make the sale, it's whatever the sale is. I don't go back and try to figure out, I got 1,000 cards for $50. It's whatever per card, and then subtract that from, the sale. It just doesn't make sense to me. It feels like a big time suck if I would do that. And part of the reason is with these, especially these bulk buys, sometimes the cards per card basis is fractions of a penny. So if I was to do that for every listing, it's just really just really get cumbersome. I guess if that's the right word. I don't know. But yeah, I just do cash in, cash out. What did I spend? And then also, I mean, if I keep a couple cards, like if I see in the bulk buy there's some Jeters and Mattinglys that I'm going to add to my personal collection, at the end of the day, with say it's fractions of a penny on a bulk buy, that may not even come to $1. Most times it's probably under a quarter. So for me, it just doesn't make sense to keep track of that on an individual basis. So I just do a bulk buy, line in, a line out. Each person's different though. I mean, I'm not a CPA. I actually don't even use a CPA. So if it's something you're going to really look at getting into seriously, you might want to talk to a professional about that. I'm definitely not. I could definitely be doing things completely wrong. But that, it's just how in my mind it would work, and that's how I do it. So that's a good question though. That really is. 10th inning cards, new name to the channel, reached out to me on Instagram. Talked to him for a second. He says the photos that we scanned a couple episodes ago when I showed you guys my Fujitsu scanner, he said just scanning those 7 or so cards would have taken him 6 to 8 minutes to take pictures of. That's right, guys. 6 to 8 minutes. And how long did we do those? And we're gonna go back to one more because we got one more to ship. I can't believe I got through like 5 or 6 things today. That's pretty cool. I never get through that many, but I'm trying to work quick today because I do have to get back to work as well. 10th inning cards, new watcher. He commented on the thing with this, the video with the scanner. I asked people how long it would take them to, you know, photograph that many cards. I think I have what, about 6 cards, maybe 7 cards. I asked you guys how long it would take you to photograph that many cards, and 10th inning card says it would have took him 6 to 8 minutes, and you saw the scanner had that done in, I think it was like under 30 seconds. So, I mean, you could see right there with just that little bit of cards, how much time does it save you to use a scanner versus taking the pictures? Saves it quite a bit. So yeah, today guys, there weren't many in-depth questions, just a lot of quick ones. There's just so many questions and comments. I wanted to try to burn through quite a bit of them. Got 6 out of the way. Got some meatier ones that are going to come up in later in the week videos that I just got to get into and just get to. All right, so a lot of sales, covered a lot of topics. Next video, we'll go back to just doing 1 or 2 topics, like I said in a couple seconds ago. Get into some meatier stuff, I guess. But guys, thank you for watching. Like I said, if you want to know about how I store my inventory, that's going to be in the comments below. And right now, check out this video where we're going to talk more about eBay's standard envelope and some of the issues and successes we have with it. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to catch you on the next one.